Good evening, good morning, and good night. Welcome to Inappropriate Radio. It's your host, Tashana. Let's get into this. So, hi guys. I hope all is well. I hope y'all are chilling and getting to y'all points, okay? We're going to be going over the chakras again, but I just wanted to incorporate a little bit of some things we could focus on since we are in this Lion's Gate now. We are supposed to be getting back to the periodic table. We're probably going to resume back to that this up and coming week in a few days or whatever. You don't have to wait for me to get to that, right? But as we discussed, we need to go over the chakras and just kind of breeze through, what these chakras are related to as far as zodiac signs and their respective body parts and planets, right? So now, a lot of people, like we talked about yesterday, believe that this Lionsgate portal only happens for one day, right? On the 8th of August. But the truth is, it starts on the 26th coming into the 27th, and it ends, and that's the 26th into the 27th of July, until the 12th into the 13th, on the 13th, depending on where you are geographically, right? Now, what's crazy is people are like, oh, we're having a super moon and we're, having Mercury in retrograde. But actually, 7 of the 9 planets are in retrograde as, simultaneously. They're not starting and ending at the same time, but they are right now, as we speak, going crazy. So we have Pluto, Saturn, Neptune, Venus, Mercury, Uranus, and Jupiter, right? So those are the 7 planets that are going retrograde right now. So if you want to just heal and, kind of build on your chakras, then it's important for us to first of all know what is going on, right? Okay, so Pluto, and this can go either way. Now, wait, let's back up, right? We have these chakras, and a lot of people are under the assumption that these chakras are like this and like that. In reality, the root chakra is at the base, and it's chakra 1 for the main chakras, right? For the major chakras. We are under the assumption that the third eye is chakra 1, but it's actually the root. I'm sorry, that people think that the crown is chakra 1, but it's actually the root chakra. So if you're counting from 1 to 7, you would start at the root. Sacral would be number 2. Solar would be number 3. Heart would be number 4. Throat would be number 5. Third eye would be number 6, and your crown would be number 7, right? So these chakras are related to zodiac signs, and the zodiac signs are related to planets, and the planets are related to body parts, right? Of course, we know about the houses and things like that. And we've discussed this. We've gone over this. So if you pay attention to if you pay attention to the different chakras, right? And you look at their respective planets, then you'll be able to get a better idea of what's related. Now, I was doing a little research, and it's kind of all up in the air, but it's very important to understand that the root chakra is first. So if you want to start doing balancing work and clearing out, you need to start at the root, okay? That's your root chakra. Now, the planet that is related to, and before I get into this, I just think it's even crazier that the planets that are in retrograde are the planets that are related to the chakras. Like, it's just so crazy, right? So when you look at the root chakra, you're going to think about Saturn, right? And that's Aquarius and Capricorn. So when you look at those signs, what do you come up with, right? What do you think about? So your legs, bones, teeth, hair, arthritis, things like that, okay? Third eye, that's Jupiter. That's your intuition. I'm sorry. Let's start from the bottom up. Okay, so that was root. And then we have the sacral, which is Venus and Mars. And I want to kind of lump the sacral and the solar together because they're so physically close on the body. And these are the same planets. So Mars is what? Scorpio, Pluto. I'm sorry, Scorpio and Aries, right? We have Pluto and Mars for number 3, the solar, and then number 2 is Venus and Mars. All of these planets deal with love and sex energy and things like that, right? So if you pay attention, remember the sacral is sex, intelligence. The solar is your personal identity, right? So all of these things have everything to do with who you are, how you're created, and how you go about functioning throughout your day, right? Now, number 4, it's the heart chakra, okay? That's Venus, okay? What is Venus? The planet of love. Now, what? That's Taurus and Libra, right? So what do you think about? Beauty, things like that. Okay, beauty, love, and whatever. Okay, so let's keep moving. Number 5, right? That's your throat chakra. That's Mercury. What's Mercury? Gemini and Virgo. What's Gemini and Virgo? Communication. So what body parts is that? Your throat, your lungs, okay? So if this makes sense, right? Number 6 is your third eye. Your third eye and your crown is both related to Jupiter, and then the crown is also related to the moon. So we have Pisces, Sagittarius, and Cancer, which are all highly intuitive zodiac signs. So when you think of that, you think of higher learning, expansion, and etc., etc. Now, again, you want to be able to think about what it is that you want to work on. Okay, so remember, the foundation is what you build your entire everything on. That is your root chakra, okay? That is Earth and that is Saturn. So when you think about Aquarius and Capricorn, even without doing research or knowing anything about what these zodiac signs stand for, right? Think about the Aquarius and the Capricorns that you know in your life. What are the things that come to your mind, right? You might say money, you might say strong-willed, you might say serious, you might say joy to be around, a learning experience. I mean, this is what comes to mind for me, right? It's going to be different for you because you have energy that meshes with those signs differently than what I do, right? So the energy is going to be different for each of us. But this is the overall gist of how you start to look at the chakras through your zodiac and you start realizing what it is you need to work on. Okay, so let's just say we're dealing with matters of the heart. Okay, so let's just assume you started clearing out and you wanted to just basically heal yourself, right? We start with the root chakra. That is dealing with Saturn, so that's safety, stability, security, right? So that's that Capricorn and that Aquarius energy, right? So you go in, you would say, okay, I want to work on my foundation. I want to build myself up. I want to get myself grounded. Okay, this would be the main chakra or the portal that you will go through to heal or situate yourself, okay, to get your safety emotion, to get your stability and your security emotion, okay? Then let's just say you've been bullied all your life, right? And you want to learn how to stick up for yourself, or people don't like you because you tell the truth a lot. That's your throat chakra, right? That's Mercury. That's Gemini and Virgo. So what's that? Capricorn, logic, and analytics, right? So, and I'm just using these two as an example. Of course, we can go through all of them, which we briefly just scathed over them as far as the chakras are related to zodiac signs. But then when you roll over to the Lionsgate portal, that's why I wanted to focus on the zodiac signs, because during this portal, these planets are in retrograde, all of them, right? So if we're talking about Pluto, that's your hormones, your endocrine system, right? What's Pluto? Sex, right? I'm sorry, that's Scorpio, so that's your sexual dysfunction, right? So if you are having issues in that area, you want to work on things that will make your sexual dysfunction better, your bowel movement, your infertility, right? Your hormones. So does that make sense? Pluto is ruled by Scorpio, and what do we know about Scorpios, right? Sex, etc., etc. And then when you go over, it deals with your sexual dysfunction and infertility. So you will want to do things that would counteract those things. Okay, Uranus is related to electricity. That's your nervous system. Okay, that's your nervous system. Which, again, remember, these are 7 signs that are in retrograde. I mean, with respects to Uranus, but Neptune, Saturn, Mercury, Jupiter, Venus, Pluto, these are all planets that are simultaneously in retrograde with one another, and they're related to these chakras. So our job is to go in, take a peek at these chakras, right? Remember that even when you start to look at them, you're going to see the crown at the top and the root at the bottom. And that is true, but the root is actually the first chakra. You want to start at the root, because this is where your foundation is. Everything lies on top of your foundation. So you want to make sure that the areas in your life that are associated with security, stability, safety, those are all energies that are related to Capricorn and Aquarius or Saturn energy. Of course, we can go into the houses. It's the same thing typically. So what do I mean by that? The houses are associated with zodiac signs, with house number 1 being Aries, and then the second house, let's back up. House number 1 would be Aries, so that's Mars. House number 2 would be Taurus, that's Venus, and then so on and so forth. Okay. I'm Aries, Taurus, Gemini, that would be Mercury for the 3rd house. Cancer is the moon. Leo is the sun, and then that's how it goes with Aries being house number 1, and then so on and so forth. Okay. So that is basically how you go in and you start healing the different chakras. You want to pay attention to the energies that are associated with those chakras, and then based off of your sun and your ascendant signs is going to determine the energy that is, associated with that. Now, to be on the safe side, you want to just focus, make yourself aware and start planting those seeds to manifest. And if it's easier for you to just wait until this portal is over, then that might be better depending on your signs, because these 7 planets are in retrograde right now, right? So, and again, most people think that this portal is just open on the 8th. No, it's running from July 26th up until August 12th. Okay, so you have this 3-week period to manifest and clear out and start gaining new energy. And you want to just pay attention to the planets that are in retrograde, because the the signs that those planets are associated with are affected most, and especially if you have those planets anywhere in your chart. Okay, I'm gonna end it here though. I do hope y'all are well, drinking your water, eating your fruit and your vegetables, and sipping on your own tea because it is free. Hope y'all enjoyed y'all summer and getting y'all rest. Love y'all. Peace.